Hello everyone, I'm Atri Banerjee, the Junior Cybersecurity Analyst of Indian Cybersecurity Solutions. And today we have come up with a new topic named as Kali Linux for Beginners, First Hacking Lab Setup. So all of you, I know, like people who wants to hack, but like they don't understand where to start from. So today we are over here and we are going to start and we are going to know how to start hacking and how to use the tools, the basic tools, and what is the OS that is actually very much helpful for the attackers. Okay, so that we are going to study today. Obviously, with the ethical things, not going for the unethical part. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing is that Kalinas for beginners, first hacking lab setup, and I'm going to do the lab setup today. So our main OS for the penetration testing or like ethical hacking, we say it is Kali Linux. Okay, so understanding a Kali Linux is a beginner's guide. So Kali Linux is a specialized operating system tailored for penetration testing and ethical hacking, as I already told you. It equips users with an extensive toolkit essential for security assessments, making it crucial resource for both noise and experienced professionals in cybersecurity field. Okay. Then comes up that understanding the hacking labs. So obviously you all will be telling that why I'm going to create a lab, why I'm going to go for the Kali Linux. Why? I shouldn't be going for it. So you need to know why you need to create the hacking lab or why you need to go for Kali Linux, especially and like if you're creating the system, you're like booting your system, why you should do that, or like why you should use the Kali Linux in a virtual machine, why you should do all these stuffs. So I'm going to tell you about it. So first of all, understanding hacking labs, that is a safe practice environment. That is the first thing, of course. So initially when you're starting as an attacker or like as an ethical hacker, you're trying to like understand the tools and you're wanting to know about it. You need to know that how you going to do it, and obviously how it is safe to do it. So you need to know that the environment should be safe and all. Okay, so hacking lab provides a secure space for users to simulate real world cyber attack scenarios, enabling practitioners to learn and apply hacking skills effectively. That is the main reason you should be going for it. Then comes diverse learning opportunities. Obviously, in the hacking lab, users can explore different operating systems, networking configuration, and security protocols, enhancing their understanding of cybersecurity. So it's not like Kali Linux is the only OS for using it. There is Parrot, there is Arch Linux. There are so many things, so many types of Linuxes that you can use, and you can just use it as an hacker. So that's why you will be getting a diverse learning opportunity from here. And flexible access. So hacking labs can be set up at home or accessed online, allowing flexibility in learning and experimentation, catering to both beginners and experienced hackers. So for that, you need to use it. So if I start, like if I tell you that you can go to various lab things or like lab setups, like the track me, you know about hack the boxes. So this kind of labs are there, but if you are going to go for those labs won't tell you like how to start the journey. In order to start the journey, you should be knowing the particular OS and how to install that OS and how to use that OS. Okay, so that's why obviously we are here, so we are going to start with that. I'm going to go with the practical and everything. So let's get a little bit theory part over here first. Let's complete that. So physical machines and virtual machines. So obviously that is what I was trying to tell you at first, that Kali Linux that we are going to download in our system, it will be a virtual machine. Okay, it won't be a physical machine now. Okay, so that is an OS and we are going to virtually install it in our system. That is what we are going to do. Installing the Kali has various setup methods, and there are various types of like installing. Like you can directly boot it into your system, and like you can either like when you're opening the Windows or opening the laptop, they will be asking you whether you can use the Kali Linux or you are going to use the Windows. So you can directly go and start with the Kali Linux. That is different. That is like booting the system and all. Today we are going to do it like virtually. So using the VMware or VirtualBox, we are going to do it. Okay, because that is the most easiest thing to start with as a fresher or like as a starting up person. So over here you can see there are some tools and very famous tools for Kali Linux. Naming them, one is Nmap, that is network mapper. Second comes is the Metasploit exploitation framework, and third comes is the Wireshark packet analyzer. So I'm going to go in depth with all these things. Okay, what are this? So basically, if you go with the ethical hacking part, if you know about it, a little basic at least, so you will know that there are 5 phases of it. So first phase stands for reconnaissance or information gathering. So you need to actively or passively gather the information of the victim. So in order to gather the information, you need to like use various tools. Okay, then comes scanning part. So in the scanning part, Nmap is one of it. Okay, and it's a very, very, very famous tool. Okay, and this Nmap tool is actually used for scanning the whole network, getting what are the ports that are open, which service is running, which version is vulnerable, how it is vulnerable, what we can do, what is the CVE of it, and so many things we can understand with this Nmap. Okay, so it is actually the second phase. It is used for the second phase part. Then comes the exploitation part. Okay, when we are going to exploit the system and we are going to enter. So entering into the system. When you're going to do that, okay, how to do that? What is the tool with which we can do? That comes under the Metasploit exploitation framework. Okay, with the help of this, you will be able to in like enter, like you will be creating payloads and you're going to enter into the victim machine that you're going to do. And then comes the Wireshark packet analyzer. This is kind of, you can say, a defensive part. People who are in the defensive, they actually use this, or attackers also like us also use this. Attackers, maybe you should tell it ethical hackers. Okay, not like attackers, but yeah, like that is the work of us. We use this Wireshark packet analyzer. So this Wireshark packet analyzer is actually like when you are sending some packets from the source to the destination. So if I go a little bit over here, then you can understand it much more. So you can see there is a sender and there is a receiver, and this sender to the receiver. When we are sending a packet or like sending some information like hi, I'm writing a hi, so some packets are going from one place to the another, right? That happens. So when this packet is going from the source to the receiver, from the sender to the receiver, if I'm opening a Wireshark over here, I will be able to see which packet is going. Okay. Now, obviously, you can't go and you can like I'm opening the Wireshark and I will be able to see like from my friend's laptop, it is going from this laptop to that laptop. I will be able to see that what packet she's or he's sending. Oh no, 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 that's not the case. That's not the case. Actually, Wireshark, when you use it for the specific sender, that sender can actually see the packets that its machine is showing. It's like giving, like their machine is actually sending or receiving. Okay, it can only be specific for that sender only. Okay, so that's how you can use it. Obviously, you can use the Wireshark as with promiscuous and non-promiscuous modes. That are some difficult terms. If I go like generally with those modes, you will be able to understand or you will be able to see the not only the packets of your laptop, you will be able to see the packets of other person's laptop as well. That the it is sending to either this receiver or to some other receiver. Okay, that is okay, either to this receiver or to another receiver. Okay, you can see the packets of it. So for that, another adapter, another thing is needed. Let's not come over there. Let's not go over there. Let's finish what we have over here only. Okay, in our plate. So these are the three major things, and I'm going to show you how you're going to use it. Then comes that creating a virtual lab for Kali Linux. So how you're going to create it. So first, choose a virtualization platform. So for me, I have used VMware. Okay, I've also used VirtualBox, Oracle's VirtualBox, but VMware is something which I think very easy for beginners. So that's why I prefer this VMware part, and I'm going to show you how to set up that. Then comes that either you download the Kali Linux ISO file or you go for the zip file and all. We are going to do that, download that and create the virtual machine. You have to set up the RAM, the CPU, and the configuration virtual machine settings. Okay, then you need to start the installation process and ultimately it will be done. Okay, so regular system updates is a very important thing for Kali Linux, which was because you have to do it like every week. I will say you have to write some commands, sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade to update and upgrade your system every time, every week. You have to do it because it like the update used to come up to Linux every week. And why it comes as an open source tool, open source OS. I should be specific, open source OS. So that's why it has so many regular updates. So you should be updating it, and obviously giving a strong password will be the best part. Okay, beginning your journey in ethical hacking. So let's dive into the hands-on. Okay. Acha. Before that, over here a little bit of sources that you can go for, online courses you can do on this. You can recommend. I can like you can have some books over here. Books like Kalina's Revealed and the Web Application Hackers Handbook serve an excellent resource that cover both foundation and advanced topics in ethical hacking. You can go with these books as well. And the community forums, obviously, these community forums are very helpful. Reddit and all. Okay, so it's a gateway to the ethical hacking part. So let's start. Now let's start with the hands-on. Enough for theory. Okay, so this is how your Kali Linux looks. Just ignore these folders and everything. This is how your Kali Linux looks. Okay, and this is your VMware workstation. So how you're going to download it? Okay, first of all, let's go and write VMware workstation download. So you will get over here plenty of links. Okay, I prefer take power up, or you can go to the actual link of VMware, and you should be like creating an account over here, and you should be starting your download. But I generally skip those and I go for this take power up, this one. Okay, over here you have to click on download, and there is Workstation Pro of various places with a less load. Server load, you can see server load is 5%. I will just click and the download will start. Obviously I will stop it for now, no need for it. So this is, and if I just show you, this is how it looks. This is your VMware. Okay, this is how it looks. This is your VMware. Acha. In this VMware, when I start this, obviously I have it over here. I already started it. There is no virtual machine in the library. Of course, in the first it will show you like this. This is your look. You have to install it, and this will be your look. Over here, you have to first go and before you start with that, you have to go for the Kali Linux penetration testing. This is the box you have to download. So click on download. Come over here, click on virtual machines, click on VMware. 3.4 is GB. It will take some time to download. So this you have to click. Okay. If you are using VirtualBox, this is a VirtualBox. You have to download the Kali for this VirtualBox. Okay. So basically, this is like you can say I'm not installing an installer of Kali, so that I don't have to go from the beginning. Like you have to give this space, that thing on all, not going to that much critical things. Okay, I'm just using a very easy step to download the Kali and start hacking. It's high time to start the ethical hacking practices. So over here, after you download this, it will come to your file, like folder, and then you have to add it over here. So how you're going to add it? Just open your workstation, open a virtual machine, click on this, and over here you are going to get your Kali Linux, this one, and you have to click on this and open, and it will be opened over here. But obviously I have it in my system, so that's why I already have it over here. So I'm not going to start it. So over here let me show you how it looks. So let's powering off this one. So look, when you're going to add it over here, you will see power on this virtual machine, this kind of thing. So when you're clicking on it, it will be starting the power. Okay. Before that, let me just show you what you have to do in the settings part. So in the settings panel before starting up. Okay, you will get it in over there. You have to give a memory space. If you have it, it needs 4 GB of space, that is a minimum, so you should give 4 GB of space, and then you should click on OK. Nothing else you have to do. This network adapter thing that you see, bridge is there, NAT is there, you can go with any of it and you can start your hacking thing. Okay, so mine is in bridge and I have given 7.5 GB as the space, because I have more space, that's why I've given. If you want, you can give with 4. You can start with 4 GB. That is the bare minimum Kali Linux needs. So that is, this will be the interface. You don't have to do anything. It will just do it automatically. Booting in 3 seconds, it will start out the booting thing. Let's wait for it. So it is booting up, it is starting up. You can obviously, like, if you want to like change the Kali setup to like a view in full screen, you can do that. Click on view and click on full screen. It will be in the full screen motion. And if you think that you have lost your cursor, just bring it over here, or you can do Control Alt and you will get back your cursor. Okay. Sometimes it just hides over here. Over here, you have to give your basic keys. Yeah, that is the basic one. We will start with. Your default keys are there. Okay. So this is how Kali looks like. This is the interface of it. So let's wait for it to load. Okay, so it has loaded. Now you can see it. Okay, now you can do one thing. You have to like start the terminal. You can directly start the terminal over here. So wait, maybe I've came out from here. Okay, so yeah. So this is your terminal. You can click over here. You have Firefox over here as well. Okay, so this is the main part. Now this comes the main part. You can see, you can just bigger this font with Control Shift plus, or if you are using the plus of numpad, you can go for Control plus, and the thing will be bigger, the font. Or you can obviously right click and zoom in. Okay, that will also go. Okay, so the first command for Kali Linux is pwd. That is the present working directory. You should be knowing in which directory you are working on. So over here, it's all about directories, all about files, all about everything. Okay, these are the main things. So directory, over here you can see home is the first directory. Inside the home, there is a Kali directory. Okay, now inside the Kali, what are there? Are there any directories or any files? What are those? So let's see with the help of ls. ls is for listing everything. So you can see over here, everything is listed. Okay, you can see which is like over here. There are some, this blue thing you can see in blue. These are actually the directories. Okay, and .txt files are the txt files. This is the text files. Okay, now we can go for another command, that is clear. Clear is actually used for clearing your whole terminal trees. Okay, it will just clear. You can also use history command to see what are the commands you have used till date. Okay, again clearing up. Okay, if you want to change from one directory to another, so let's first see which directories I can go for. Okay, I can go for the desktop directory. So I want to change my directory. As you can see, my preliminary directory was home Kali. Now I want to go for the desktop. So I will just write it and I will enter. Now see, I'm in the desktop directory. Okay, I'm in the desktop directory. Now over here, if I again do ls, I will be able to see what are the files and folders and like other directories that are there. Okay, that I can able to see. Again, if I want to come out from this directory, I can write cd space dot dot and I will just come out from this directory. Now, if I again write pwd, I will be again home Kali. Okay, this is how the thing works. If I want to like use ls space minus l, I will be able to see what are the files present along with the permissions it has: read, write, execute. So rw, r means read, w means write, and x means execute. Okay, so read, write, execute, these are the permissions. Whether my file has it or not, I will be able to see that. Okay, so again clearing the whole thing. Okay, I discussed about three tools. First one was the nmap. So let's start with nmap, and over here I will go with. Okay, suppose now this is a vulnerable machine I have already in my thing. Okay, so let's start this vulnerable machine. I'm going to do the nmap scanning on this one. Before doing the nmap scanning on anything, let's like come to this thing that you have to be make sure that it is ethical. Okay, it is ethical. Like you can't go and scan on random devices or like random sites, you can't go and do it. So make sure you know, or like make sure you have the access to do the scanning part. Okay, so obviously you have to maintain the ethical thing. Okay, so let's get into this vulnerable machine. This is actually a vulnerable machine and you can actually download it, Merlin Spike. And this machine, we are going to find the IP address of it first. So let's get into the machine. It will start. Yeah, it has started. Opening the terminal, and for knowing the IP address, you should write if config. Okay, if config, and this is the IP address of our victim machine. So let's get it. And now let's go back to our Kali. Over here, I will write sudo nmap minus sv and I will just paste the IP address of the victim machine. Okay. You have to give your password again as usual, and it is Kali. Okay, so SB stands for service versions. Okay, if you want to know the services and their versions, you are going to use the SV command, SV flag mode, like particularly. So this is what you can find, that port 21 is open for this system and it is having this service FTP with this version. Okay, again port 22 is open for SSH and this is the version of it. You're going to see this. And if you want to deep dive into the version thing or like deep dive into this FTP, you can write an NSE script for the nmap. That is how you're going to write. And this will take some time. So let's specify the port number. So suppose I am specifically wanting to know whether the port 21 is actually having some vulnerabilities or not. Okay. So I've got a mistake because I've written it just before this. You should write minus minus script vulnerm. That is, I'm telling the script, NSE script, to run the vulnerabilities scanning on the port number 21. Port number 21 is for the FTP port. You can see port number 21. So whether this FTP port is having any vulnerability or not, that we are going to understand. So over here, you can see it is having a vulnerability of backdoor. The installation has been backdoor. So we can have a backdoor communication with this. So here comes the next tool, that is the Metasploit. Obviously, it is written as MSF console. Okay, and over here you are going to search with this version of the FTP service. So MSF console actually has a lot of payloads. You can see over here payloads are there. Okay, if I go with details of it, it will take so much time. But payloads are actually used like guns. You can say it is used for like firing and a bullet to the victim mission. Okay, that is the usage of it. So I will search for this and I will use this one. Pro FTPD, that is used for the backdoor. So let me set the payloads. So setting payload 4. I'm going to set a payload for the fourth one. Okay, to get a reverse connection. Okay, then I'm going to show with the options. So set the R hosts and setting the L host. So R host meaning the victim's IP address. Okay, and I'm going to set my IP address as well, which is, let me see it by if config. This is my IP, and I will just run it. When I run it, obviously it's very easy to see, and it's very easy that I have got the access of the victim machine over here. You will be seeing that over here. Backdoor command execution has happened, and I am gaining the access to the victim machine. Look, a command shell has opened. So if I write who am I, it will tell me root. So I'm actually in this victim machine. Okay, if you are not convinced that I'm actually in the victim machine, so let's see. I will do ls. Okay, over here now, what is the name of this? The name is Marlin Spike. You can see that. Okay, now let's come up. So cd home, let's enter into the home, and ls. Look, it's Marlin Spike. Okay, so we are inside the victim machine. You can see that, right? So this is how the communication, like the connection is there from my port number to the victim's port number, and I am now having a full-fledged communication between the victim and the attacker. Okay, I'm having this. So I'll just abort this one, and I will just exit this one. And the last tool that we are left with is the Wireshark. So over here, I will just write Wireshark. So welcome to Wireshark. What happened? Let me see. Okay, so my Wireshark may be having some difficulty over here. So some bugs or something has happened. Okay, maybe I have not. Okay, so I'm not able to open the Wireshark right now. So there was something in the display filter that is actually waiting. Okay, so if I can't open it, deselect a bug invalid. Okay. So I'm not able to open it. That's bad luck. Nothing to do. But generally, I can give you an idea of it. So let's come to this idea part. So basically, you can just download Wireshark. It's an open source tool, and you can just download it. So in the Wireshark, you will be able to see number. That is the number of packets you will be able to see. You will be able to see the source of those packets. You will be able to see the destination. So in the source, you will be seeing like, let me restart it if that works. Okay, then I will be able to show you all. Okay, so in the source, you will be seeing the source IP address. In the destination, you will be able to see the destination's IP address, and then you are going to see the packet info. That is how the whole thing is there. And over here, if I say the packet one number, and if I say there is a source like 192.168.10.38, that is my IP address, to the destination's IP address, 192.168.10.38, If I double click on it, I will be able to see more and more information. And another thing, it specify which protocol I'm using. Suppose I'm using HTTP or HTTPS or FTP, any protocol I'm using, it will be showing me the protocol. So if you're actually wanting to see only the protocol for HTTP, you're going to filter it with the HTTP written. You will just write HTTP and it will filter with all the packets having the HTTPs only, protocols only. Okay, so that is how the thing for Wireshark happens. And if I want to like see only for the source, so I will just add equals to my IP address. Then it will only show the packets which are going from my IP address to another. And if I want to see for specific destination, I can give it like DST, and I'm going to do it like this. Specific destination. Only packets which are going to this destination, I will be able to see those. Okay, that's how we actually do it. So, like trying it again, I will enter with the. So actually, Wireshark, you will get the packets, you will get the packet details over there. The hexadecimal form of those packet details as well. So this is how it is, and you can even understand how it works and all. Okay, no, the